We'll take a comfortable seat. And roll the shoulders up and away from the ears. Let's do that a couple of times. So we're inhaling, shoulders up. Exhaling, shoulders down. One more. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down the back, keeping the chest lifted, nose slightly toward the floor. I'm just starting to let go of the thinking mind, letting go of what you don't need right now for your practice. And opening up your awareness to how the body's doing, how the mind is doing. And what's trying to get your attention today? Just noticing the qualities of the breath and any sensations in the body. Feel the connection of the body with your support or the floor. Feeling how easily the earth supports us here. Take a couple more breaths here, just letting the breath fill the lungs and exhaling completely. I'm going to softly open the eyes about halfway of their normal openness. And keeping the head still for a second, just starting to open your peripheral vision. See if you can see and sense the space around you. Keeping the breath easy and smooth. And we'll start to move the eyes around the room and let the head follow where the eyes want to go. So just easy movement, starting to look at the space around. You can even start to look up and around wherever the eyes are wanting to go, just absorbing your surroundings. This is really good for calming the body. It stimulates the dorsal vagus nerve. It's a big connection point, but really just trying to slowly absorb your surroundings, looking around, keeping the breath smooth, and letting the eyes lead the way. This practice tells the body that you're safe, tells the mind that you're okay, things are all right. Then we'll work our way back to center here. Let's interlace the fingers. We'll take the hands forward. Just gonna pause here, pushing the palms forward, elbows straight. And notice your posture. See if you can lift up to the top of the head. Yeah, lifting up, sit bones rooted down, lifting up the top of the head like you're holding something on the head. And then keeping that posture, now we'll take the hands up and over the head. Starting to deepen our breathing. So you can breathe down into the sit bones, connecting with the earth. And then we'll bring the hands back down. I'm going to change the interlace of the fingers. Press the hands forward and once again, pause here, nice and tall in the posture, abdominals in. And then we'll bring the hands up and over the head. And we'll bring the hands back down. I'm going to slip the left hand down to the floor and the right hand up and over side bend. So really rooting the right hip down and reaching through those fingers. Inhale up and over to the other side. Inhale, back up to center. Let's take the hands back by the hips and let's open the chest. Shoulder blades drawing together. You might look up toward the ceiling. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. And we'll inhale and come on up. Let's take the feet into a Baddha Konasana, round angle pose. It can be an easy one here. So you could have your feet either in or forward or somewhere in the middle. Let's let the knees open here and come on forward any amount. Breathing into the hips. So very often in the summertime here, we can get really dry like this. The heat can start to dry out the body. You might start feeling the vata energy in the body. Our joints may start to feel a little achy. That's because some of that fluid that's in between the joints is starting to shrink. And so just being kind with our movements, being aware of what's happening in the joints, that can help with that. And just moving slower, a little quieter, a little slower. On inhale, we'll come on back up. Let's draw the knees in. Let's do a twist. We're going to extend the left leg long. We'll cross the right leg over with that knee up toward the ceiling. Keeping a nice tall posture. We're going to turn over to the right. You can drop that left elbow to the outside of the knee. Use the leverage there and the other hand on the floor to help you turn. On an inhale, we'll come on back to center. We'll extend that leg long and cross the other leg over, that knee up toward the ceiling, opposite arm to the outside of the knee and turn. On inhale, we'll come on back to center and release. Let's come into hands and knees for some cat-cow. So whenever you're ready, we'll come on into cat-cow. Inhaling, tailbone up, chest up. Exhaling, arching the back and lifting the back up toward the ceiling. Moving back and forth. Gaze is still soft. You can still keep some of that peripheral vision going. So you can be aware of the surroundings. And yet also in tune to what's going on inside the body. And the next time that you come into cat pose, that'll be the last one. We'll come back to a neutral spine. All right, let's extend that right leg back behind, reach through your heel. And keeping the hips and shoulders level, let's lift that foot off the floor. So I'm going to press back through your heel, toes toward the floor, foot in line with the hips. Make sure you're not collapsing in the spine. And then if you want, take your left hand off the floor and extend the arm forward. Challenging balance here. So optional with the hand. I'm going to bring the hand down and the knee down when we come to the other side. So press back through your left heel, making that leg super straight. We'll lift the foot off the floor in line with the hips. Again, not collapsing the back. And optional right hand off the mat, arm extended. And bring the hand down and the knee down. Well, let's work on the twist. So we'll bring the right hand directly under the nose, and on an inhale, left hand up toward the ceiling, opening here. On your exhale, we'll bring that hand down through to the right side, full exhale. On an inhale, we'll open. And exhale and reach. Inhale and open. Exhale and through. And inhale and open. And exhale, reach, hold, and breathe. On inhale, we'll come on back to center. And work our way to the other side. Left hand down on your next inhale. Right hand up toward the ceiling. Exhale, reach through to the left side. Inhale and open. Exhale and reach. Inhale and open. Exhale and through. And inhale and open. Exhale, reach, hold, and breathe. On an inhale, we'll come on back to center. All right, so let's walk the hands forward here, shoulder width apart. We're going to bring the hips in line for half plank pose. So actively pushing down in the hands, broad across the collarbone. Breathing here. Half plank pose. From here, we're going to come into a half side plank. So lift up your left foot, slip it out to the side, and rotate. So you're going to start to stack your shoulders, one on top of the other. Your left hand down on the floor. Your left foot is supporting you. Rotate the hips. Your right heel comes to the floor. Yeah, you could take that other hand up. Breathing here, pushing down on the hand that's on the floor. And then we're going to work our way all the way back into half plank pose. Just pausing here. If you need a break, take the hips back over the knees or even further back into a prayer pose. If you're okay here in your half plank pose, just notice how the position of the hips, knees, and shoulders. You're going to try to keep that as much as you're able to in your half side plank. So swing the right foot out so that you have contact with the floor, and then rotate, stacking your shoulders one on top of the other. You can reach that left hand up toward the ceiling, actively pushing in the hand that's on the floor. Couple breaths here. And then we'll come on back into our half plank pose. Good work. Elbows in now. We're going to lower down to the floor, all the way down. Inhale, cobra pose. Shoulders back and down, tailbone down, lifting the head and chest. And then we'll lower back down. Now slip your elbows under your shoulders and hands shoulder width apart for Sphinx pose. So elbows on the floor. Draw the shoulders still down, away from the ears, down toward the hips, tailbone still down. And if it feels okay here, you can open up the neck and the front of the body, start to look up toward the ceiling. And then from here, we're going to bring your left forearm in front of you. So turn the hand so that your forearm is down. Your right hand, you're going to slip back and try to grab a hold of your right ankle. So your left arm is supporting you, forearm down on the floor, elbow down. Yeah, and if you can grab a hold of your right foot, you're going to start to pull that in close towards your hips. Your elbow may point up toward the ceiling. Just trying to get a quadricep stretch here, so not too hard, just to where you can feel it. And then we'll release that side. We're going to come to the other side. So you can bring your right elbow down and forearm down. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand. And as much as you can, try to pull the foot in close to the hip. So you feel that front of the quadricep stretching out. And we'll go ahead and release that. We'll bring the hands back by the shoulders. Abdominals in, let's push up to half plank pose. And then let's take take the knees wide and come back for wide knee prayer pose. So hips all the way back, reaching through the arms, head down. And then I'm going to walk the hands in closer. We're going to come into a balancing squat. So you can tuck your toes under and then walk your hands back, trying to lift your knees off of the floor. So you can make any space that you want between your feet. And the heels are working their way down toward the floor, any amount there, knees up by your shoulders or somewhere in that region, and starting to work your way up into your squat. So something that's a challenge, point to your arms anywhere that you like. And from here, we're going to work our way up to standing, all the way up. All right, let's take that right foot forward. Warrior one, Virjandrasana one. Square the hips forward. Front knee bends, back leg straight, tailbone down. When you're ready, arms up overhead. Warrior one. Just kind of feeling out the posture. Notice if you need more space between the feet, you could walk your front foot forward a little more. That front knee right over your ankle. And then rooting into your back foot. Now I'm going to lean forward here. Now if it's too strong on the shoulders, take the hands to the hips. But if you keep the arms by the ears, you can really feel the extra weight there. So push back into your back foot. Just breathing. On an inhale, we'll come back up to the warrior one. I'm going to take this into the twist. So bring the hands together at the heart. You root into the back foot just like you did, leaning forward, keeping the spine long. We're going to turn around the spine toward the right side. Evolve side angle pose. If you're low enough, you could hook your elbow to the outside of the knee. If you're not, you just open the chest here. Stay strong in the legs. Breathing. On inhale, we'll unwind back to warrior one. Release the hands. So step your back foot forward and your front foot back. And switch sides here. So left foot forward, finding the positioning that you need between the feet to easily bend the knee right over the ankle. Hips are square to what's in front, tailbone down, strong legs, arms up. Warrior one on the second side. Breath flowing, gaze is soft. And rooting into your back foot now. We'll lean forward, trying to keep the arms by the ears or the hands on the hips. So really pushing into that back foot, keeping the breath easy. And then we'll come on back up to warrior one. Palms together at the heart here. Coming in revolve side angle pose. Leaning forward, keeping the spine long. Twisting around the spine now, we'll turn to the left. On inhale, we'll unwind back into warrior one. And release the hands, and we'll step the feet together. All right, let's try a little balancing. We'll do tree pose. Haven't done that one in a bit. So you could use support if you like. We're going to start with standing on the right foot. That's going to be our taproot leg. Just trying to let go. Do a data dump out of the head. Let go of whatever you may be holding on to. Just focusing on what we're doing. Standing on the right foot, we'll bring that left knee up, turn the left knee out, keep the hips level, and that foot can come onto somewhere onto the standing leg except for the knee. So you're above or below the knee. Hands anywhere you'd like, challenging yourself today. Finding the edge of your balance. Keeping the breath flowing. And then we'll come on out with control. Nice. All right, connecting with earth energy on the other side. Find that left leg, find the taproot. Right knee bends and comes out to the side, keeping the hips level. Tree pose. Mini version here. And then we'll come on out with control. Okay. And we're going to work on wide leg standing forward bend. So you're going to you want to have your feet on something that's not going to slide. So if you need to turn sideways on your mat, you can do that. If you are not sure if you can touch the ground, you can use a block or a chair, something there. So for standing wide leg forward bend, you're going to take your feet wide, make sure that you're connecting with something that's not going to slide. Heels out, toes in, and as much as you're able, try to balance the weight across the whole foot. So spread the toes, connect the big toe side, little toe side, heels out, toes in. Double inner spiral on the thighs, tone in the legs. When you're ready, use the strength of the legs. Come on down. You can rest your hands on the block, or if you can roll it with the floor, you can bring your hands to the floor. Just make sure that when you make that connection, you don't lose the legs. The legs are always your support here. Keep them toned, keep the tailbone lifting up toward the ceiling. And the upper body just softens over that support. So the head could drop down. And of course, breathing. Wide leg standing forward bend. Checking in with the feet, again, making sure we're actively using the feet. We're keeping them level on the floor. So pushing into whatever parts need to. So you have left and right sides down. And the weight balance between toes and heels. And then if the elbows are bent, we'll straighten them. I'm going to take the right hand directly under the nose and left hand up toward the ceiling. So rotating here, opening the chest. And then we'll rotate back to center. Left hand stays down and right hand now up toward the ceiling. And then we'll come on back to center. I'm going to take the hands forward in a wide leg downward facing dog. So use your legs here, draw back. Just walking your hands forward, trying to straighten your elbows. And as much as you can, drop the chest down toward the floor. Now, if you need to use your blocks here and have your hands a little higher, you absolutely can do that. Again, the legs are strong. Legs are what are holding you. And the head drops down as much as comfortable. Arms are straight, pushing in your hands, breathing here. And then we'll walk the hands back into center and we'll heel toe the feet together toward each other, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. You can walk your feet in. Tailbone still lifting, upper body softens down. And then we'll take a bend of the knees, abdominals in. We're gonna roll our way back up to standing. Breathing here, take a quick twist around the spine. And coming back to center, back bend. I'm gonna take the hands to the lower back, shoulders back, tailbone forward, lift the head and the chest, and allow the body to bend as much as you want. The more back you go, the more forward the hips go. And abdominal supporting, come on back up. Okay, we're gonna come all the way down onto the back. All the way down on your mat. And knees bent, feet on the floor. Just trying to feel into the back. I don't have my camera. There we go. Right. So breathing into the belly. Start here. I'm gonna walk your feet in a little closer to your hips and line up the outside edges of the feet as much as you can. We're gonna work our way into bridge pose. So shoulders, tops of the shoulders come down toward the floor. Your hands could rest down. You might be able to touch your heels with your fingers. See if you can make that contact. Shoulders down, pushed into your feet, lift the hips up toward the ceiling, bridge pose. Tailbone toward the knees. Active legs. If you want to come higher, push harder and also push down into your shoulders to start to arch the upper back. And then we'll lower the hips back down to the floor. You're going to pick up your left foot for thread the needle pose. So left foot comes on the right thigh, the knee goes away from you. Then pick up your right knee, right foot, and start to draw your right knee in close. So you could reach through the little triangle and wrap the hands around your thigh, or you could kick your right foot over your head and take your hands above your left foot and try to find some place on that leg. And if you are able to reach your foot, you could do that as well. So either way, we're starting to bring the right knee in closer. At the same time, we're pushing the left knee away from the body. And we're going to switch sides. So release the right leg down, release your left leg. So right foot onto your left thigh, and then pick up that left foot and draw it in. So again, the options, you could reach between in the triangle and grab a hold of the thigh, or above the foot onto your left leg somewhere, starting to draw your left foot over your head. And then release that side. And then work our way in a happy baby pose. So both knees come toward the shoulders now. Reach down, grab a hold of your feet, ankles or shins, and kick the feet up toward the ceiling, separating the feet. Happy baby pose. And then release the feet and cross the left knee over the right. So you keep your feet off the floor. Cross your left knee as much as you can, stacking it onto your right knee. Keep your knees in close towards your chest, and then drop both knees and feet over to the right. So all the way over. The feet may touch the floor, the knees may touch the floor. The hips rotate. And then the upper body goes in the opposite direction, turning your left shoulder down toward the floor, and opening here. On inhale, we'll roll on back to center, and we're going to switch sides. I'm going to make sure the spine is straight. And then we'll cross the right knee over the left, as much as you're able to really stack the knees. Draw your knees in close to the chest, and then roll all the way over to the left side, dropping the knees and feet toward the floor, coming out onto the outer left hip. And then open the chest in the opposite direction, right shoulder down. On inhale, we'll roll on back to center. Release the legs. Let's take the left leg up toward the ceiling. Wrap the hands around that left leg and extend your right leg now long on the floor. So coming in the splits. Starting to take your left foot over your head. Trying to mostly work towards straight on both legs. And then we're going to switch. So you release the left leg, lift the right leg up, wrap the hands around the right leg, and extend the left leg long. So again, trying to bring now your right foot over your head, mostly straight on both legs. And you can release the right leg and work your way now into Shavasana, corpse pose. Bring your awareness back to the breath and the body. And notice how you are doing right now. How is the mind? How's the body? How's your being? And are there aspects of how you're feeling right now that you'd like to carry through the rest of your day? Just noticing where you feel them in the body and what they feel like. And then allow some movement to return to the body. And as you're ready, make your way to a seated position. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the sunshine, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you next time. Namaste.